Welcome to my channel. So a few months back I made a miniature hugelkultur mound, and this is the mound. You can see over here there's the sticks poking out, and I seeded it and put baby sunrose on it, and I have not watered this of any significance. That's some bok choy. There's radishes, there's nasturtium, some of the plants that were already here, there's sunflowers. So this is not being watered actively by us, and it seems to be doing quite fine. I also don't water this zone right here. This zone doesn't get watered right here. Every now and then we water this zone. So this zone where this tree is, this fig tree, every now and then we'll water this fig tree right here, and we'll water this blueberry right here, and put water in this swale set. We also water sometimes in here where there's a tomato, nasturtium, and a variety of other plants like potatoes, radishes. Every now and then we'll water this zone right here. This has asparagus in it, radishes, tomatoes, onions, garlic, things of that nature. This zone gets watered less frequently, and this zone gets watered less frequently. These are not heavily watered zones. This is basically letting nature take over the garden of this section. This area almost never gets watered. We almost never put water here. So between this area never getting water and this area getting some water once in a while, the difference is that the soil, the value of the soil is what's keeping the moisture retention and keeping the plants alive. This zone here never gets watered. And you can see that we have things like bok choy and parsley. That might be, it's probably parsley. And a bunch of other things growing. This never gets watered. And this never gets watered. This section here does get water, and the section forward of it gets water, but not much. We don't put a lot of water on these zones because we have water restrictions in Monterey, California, and this is Pacific Grove specifically. So we do our best not to overutilize water resources. But you can see that many of these plants are doing quite well. It's December 21st, 2025 right now, and most of these plants are spring plants, so you can tell that we're not getting heavy frosts because most of these plants would be wiped out. The nasturtium for sure would have been wiped out. The radish might be able to take it. This asparagus can take it, but this tomato cannot. And the tomato is being eaten by our friendly neighborhood deer, which is no big deal. That's their thing. They get to have snacks too. And I've planted some blackberries and things, and the deer have decided those are pretty tasty, so they've snacked on those. Hopefully they'll survive. So down here, as we move from swale to swale to swale, so this is one swale right here, this is another swale right here, and this is another swale right here. That's all matriculating water downhill. This garden box is doing very well. We've got potatoes, radish, garlic, onions, nasturtium. My compost pile. I've taken out most of the fines out of the compost pile, so it's very rough right now. Mostly cardboard and sticks. But the soil's getting better and better below where the compost is, or where we're turning the compost. These swales are doing very well. You can see the swale pattern right here as it goes out. And then it turns to sticks because I haven't put the compost that I'm creating onto the pile yet. But soon I will. You can see I've gotten to about right here with compost. And then from there it's a dramatic shift and there's sticks all the way out. So this is a very shady area, so it does not get a lot of sun. And you can see that there's a canopy, and that's pretty dark canopy. That's a Monterey cypress, and that's blocking out most of this afternoon sun. And this is a false orange, and that false orange is blocking out a large portion of the sun back here. But everything here is green, and it's surviving because it doesn't get a lot of sun. So there you go, there's that. A happy little dragon fruit. Gotta water it. Looking like it needs a little bit of water. And then there's the front yard. The front yard we water fairly often. We do not water during the rain cycle, but you can see the lush growth that's going on. And the gophers are not liking what's going on. They're getting too much water, so they're digging up some of the areas to get some air pockets to get water to ventilate out. Most of the greenery you see here is oxalis, fairly harmless plant. We don't mind it. That's a fake tulip. Don't get it wrong. That's not real. Not a real tulip. So this yard is dedicated to flowers all year round. And so there's always something blooming in this yard. The whole point of this yard is to have something blooming all the time so that the owner has something nice to look at. In this case, there's Shasta daisies, there's pelargonium, there's alyssum, even radishes are blooming still. There's borage blooming. And I don't know what this plant is. It's some type of lavender. Over there you can see the Mexican sage blooming. And so there should be flowers. There's salvias blooming up here. So there should always be flowers for the homeowner during the season, whether it's winter, summer, spring, fall. Everything should have there should be some level of flowers going on at all times. Even this rosemary is flowering right here. And this lavender is having a wonderful time. It's flowering good. These old lavenders are doing really well right now. We're trying to keep the vibrancy of the color spectrum nice. The homeowner likes purple, so we chose lavender as a predominant, permanent perennial instead of a bunch of annuals that have to be replanted every year. We're probably going to come back and start taking this radish down, and the deer are not doing their jobs and keeping the radish under control. It's starting to get a little bit, large. And over here you can see that our yellow squash is finally giving up. It's turning yellow. It's starting to back off its chlorophyll. And it's not producing any more squash. So that's been a good experiment. That was fun. I did not expect to actually get squash, but I did get squash off of that. I got a few. So there you go. There you have it. It's a little update for you. Have a great day.